All righty. Hey, folks. Good to see everyone out there. I see a couple people out there anyway. We are getting ready to get started here. I wanted to, just make sure I got that. Okay. Getting some of this stuff put together so we're ready to rock and roll. Should be a fun one again today. I'm looking forward to this one. This one could be tons of fun. Let me just see who's out there. We got Mark. Hello, everyone. And Mark is a member. You can tell by the little icon down by his little name there. That's really cool. A little circle there. Mark's here. So Mike's here. Jaden's here. Jolin's here. Everybody's here. All kinds of folks showing up. Good to see everyone. We are going to have a fun one today because just like last week, we got a guest again, and I'm going to bring that guest on. It's the same guest. Here we go. Let's do it. Hey, what's up, Ben? How are you, sir?
Good. It's been a long time no see, man.
I know. This is getting to be a habit, which is a good habit.
That is a good habit. I enjoy coming on and teaching and
Awesome.
Helping people out however I can.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We appreciate it for sure. I know the community mentioned it last week too, said that they loved it, had a great time with it. So this is awesome stuff. This one is I love it because we have a couple of members in our community. They say, okay, I'm joining Michael's tip today. How much am I going to spend today? Well, this one you may not jump out and spend right away, but I do want to talk. Yeah, that's right. I do want to talk about it only because I think this is super awesome. And I think that I've never gone this route. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Pixel. I love my Pixel. I love all that kind of stuff. And I've never gone this route. And I'm sure I've got questions for you. I'm sure other people will have questions for you too. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. Let's just talk about it. We're talking about the Pixel 9, specifically the Pixel 9 Pro Fold.
That's right.
Okay.
Easy name. Right. Easy name.
Yes. And a couple people saying hi and good to see you again. There we go. All right.
Good to see y'all.
So yeah, let's get right into it. So you go ahead and kind of give us a little bit of what, because the way I started with you before we even got started here, I said, I know it's expensive. How do I justify that? Let's just start with that.
So I've had every Pixel device. So one through not all the 9 series, but I've had, all of them ever since the original Pixel, plus all the Nexus series before that. And I have to say, this is my favorite phone of all time. Hands down, my favorite. Yeah. And that's saying a lot because I really enjoy the Pixel series a lot.
Yeah.
And so it just really took that extra jump, and I actually did have the original Pixel Fold. So that was kind of my introduction to wanting to try it out. And so I had to kind of go all in and just see what it's all about because I hadn't had.
I'm going to ask you real quick, just because you said this, you had the original Pixel Fold.
Mm-hmm.
Have you stayed with the Fold ever since, or did you go back and then come back? I mean, I need to ask that.
Yeah. So I besides other devices that I'm testing, I've gone with the Fold and then right into the 9 Pro Fold because it seems like after you go to a Fold, your normal phones are ordinary and kind of disappointing because it's just like, all right, it's another slab phone. It's really no different. Like there hasn't been that big jump yet.
Right.
That I hadn't experienced. So when you have that one, it's like, okay, this is a brighter display. It's a flat display instead of rounded. And there's such incremental jumps that when I jumped to that original Fold, I was like, oh man, this is like, it was that exciting jump again with phones. Like it's kind of the next step in what devices can look like.
So some people don't spend this kind of money on a computer.
Right.
I mean, so let's talk about that a little bit. couple things, and I told you this too. So I kind of watched a bunch of different videos on different things and what people were doing. They talk about how bulky it is. They talk, and I'm not talking about this one specifically. I'm just talking in general for a fold, how bulky it is. It's wider than their other phone. It's harder to put in certain pockets. Then you got this, you don't always have to open it up, but it seems like you always want to get the bigger view. And then they end up using mostly the outside of it and just using that part of it. Those are some of the things that I've heard.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you would say the negatives or whatever, especially since I'm spending as much as like my home computer. So
right. Absolutely. Yeah. There is no doubt that you have to take a leap of faith, I guess, or like have 3 or 4 devices that you sell privately or trade in to be able to do it. But if you have, I have to say, if you have the opportunity to do it, and you can trade in stuff to do it, I would really highly suggest it. So some of the things that they changed from the first to the second, this is the 9 Pro Fold, and it is pretty thin.
Okay.
It is because the other Pixel Fold is a lot thicker. So you do have the camera bump that does bump it up, but then the rest of it is just, it's so small, like compared to like another device, it's the same. It's like the same.
Not too bad.
No, it's the same.
Not too bad.
It's the same as that one that's in a case.
Interesting.
In a thinner case. So it's definitely a big difference compared to the first one. The first one was a little bit thicker, and that one was heavy. The first Pixel Fold was very heavy. Where
just like Richard's saying right here, though, just like what his comment is there. If a bigger device, I just open my tablet or whatever. But anyway, go ahead.
When you hold the original Pixel Fold, like this is how I really normally hold it, my finger would start to hurt just because of how heavy.
It's so heavy. Oh,
because it's so heavy. The first one. This one is a lot better.
Okay.
So I agree, having a tablet and having the phone is nice, but when you're able to have those things in one, it's really super nice. So it's a lot lighter. It is a lot thinner. And instead of the display being more horizontal like the original one was, this is more square.
I got you.
So it comes to like about 8-inch.
Okay, so the full thing, yeah.
Yep. So about that full size.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
And then when you don't need it, you just
now it's back to phone size.
And then it just looks like a regular, because the display is actually the same front display as the Pixel 9. So same exact display as the Pixel 9. And then the inside display is obviously the foldable one.
Yeah.
But the outside is exactly the same.
So one thing I was going to say, so you need to show, because you kind of showed this beforehand, show the angles like when you're watching a YouTube video and you just want to set it on the table and watch or whatever. So let's take a look at that.
Yeah, so we're going to go. We're going down.
Fine.
I don't have an overhead camera, unfortunately. One day.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
I can't do that. So you have like it normally, and then when you can set it up and you can watch here, let me get something going here. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we don't need to get any copyright infringement.
Yeah. So if there was like, you can watch a YouTube video and have it set like that.
I got you.
Okay. It gives you the option to watch the video, and then you can
the controls are down below.
Yep, on the bottom, and then you can drag the bottom to be able to get to
to a certain part of it. Yeah. Nice.
So
what if that's a live stream? Would the comments be below then?
You would. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So you would have. So it would be like this, where you have. Below.
Yep.
So you could watch the video.
I like that.
And as the comments come in, they would just scroll there.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
So there's that option. And then you also have the option when you
because I like when you showed me this one. This is cool.
You're able to do it from the outside screen also.
Okay.
Wait.
Yep.
Go back. Not.
You broke it already.
I did break it. That's what you're doing. There we go. So then you can also do it from this outside screen to where
Okay.
if you can, like what I've done is being able to just prop it up and watch videos like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another option. I don't know why it's not rotating, but yeah. So I would sit like when I'm sitting, like eating or whatever, I can just prop it up like this and watch a video
Nice.
like that. So there's many different options on how you can watch content along with being able to open it up and watch it full screen.
Yep. I like that. That's so cool. Yep. So okay. And the other thing that I thought was pretty cool was the selfie part of it. That's pretty neat.
Yes. So with the original Fold, they had this option also because you have just everybody knows that the front screen or the front camera
is better.
The top isn't the best camera.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go into the camera option, here we go. Yes. So when you go into the camera option, if you look up here, it's got what looks like a little fold.
Like a toggle kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's
like
right up there.
Yep.
On the top. So when you click that, then you can do rear camera selfie. So when you do rear camera selfie and you do it, you can flip this around and now it uses this camera
so cool.
as so cool. Selfie camera. So it's a lot higher quality.
So while you get to see what you're looking at, yeah, that's nice. I really like that. And it's the higher quality camera. How cool is that?
Yeah. So it's the higher quality camera. So you're able to use
great for selfies.
Exactly. Yep. And then there's also, but besides that one, you also have the option for the dual screen. So you can see the back and the front are on at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So both.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also they have for like children to be able to get their picture. A lot of times when you're sitting there waiting for a kid to take your picture, they do something else or they're looking somewhere else. So it's called Made You Look.
I love it.
So it's
you're getting ready to take
I'm on the wrong side. Sorry.
You're getting ready to take a picture and then you put that on there. So that way the kid pays attention.
Yeah.
And you get a picture of him looking at the screen. How cool is that? I love it. I might even have adults be able to look at the screen now.
Right. And then it's got like some themed ones. Here's one of the. So.
That's great. Yeah, it is awesome, Mark. I agree with you on that.
It works pretty good. I was trying it on my dogs, and they ended up looking at it going, I got actually a really good picture of them being able to do that. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
Did you get all their nose hair and everything and all that?
Totally. Yep. Zoom it in and everything. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep.
That's right. The micro lens or whatever. That's or the right. macro.
Yeah, the macro lens for him. Yep.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny stuff. Anyway, so yes, good stuff. Okay, so now let's get into productivity. Productivity becomes a big part of a phone. One thing that I do a lot of times is like on my regular phone, I always it's like a hold swipe that you come up from the bottom to find the other app that you're working on to go back and forth and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Go to your last app, all those kind of things. Whereas this, let's talk about productivity and how you can have 2, 3, 4 maybe at the same time. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
So you can definitely do 2. Now there's, if you go into developer settings, you can actually enable floating windows. So it'll give you an option to be able to have 3 windows open, but pretty much it's a pretty standard, your standard home screen. And then if you open, let's say you were using like calendar. So let's open up the calendar. Now, if you do like a half pull, that gives you your taskbar, and then you can push and hold on, I don't know.
Something else. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go to YouTube, and then you can drag it to either one side or the other.
Oh, nice. So then it'll split the screen. Nice. How cool is that? So you could work on something or something that needed a password or you needed that and you had this over here and da-da-da-da. I mean, I'm just using that as an example. You could have those side by side where you're a lot of times, like if you're setting up in an app, you need something and it just sent you a text message with it. It's all side by side.
Yep. pretty much. And then if you want to, if for some reason you want to switch sides, if you double tap the middle, it'll switch the apps
That's so
on
cool.
both sides.
That's so cool.
What I want. So it'll switch whatever side you're on. So it's nice to be able to drag and drop information back and forth.
That's cool.
Or if you're copying passwords, or a lot of times I have calendar and like messages up, or I have calendar and Gmail, so I can bring Gmail up, have the calendar and Gmail right next to each other.
Or like I was telling you, I use Google Keep for everything. Taking notes, always use Google Keep. So having Keep and that right there next to each other is awesome. Now show them how you save that theme or whatever you call that.
Yeah. So if you notice yourself using, like Michael says, he uses calendar and Keep all the time. So he opens that pair all the time. If you just do an overview, and then where it says save app pair, it'll save it to your home screen.
That's so nice.
So the next time you want to do it, you just click there and it'll put it in that full screen like you want. So you don't have to drag them, put them where you need to. And you can make, if you wanted to, you can make a whole folder of your pairs. So you can just take those pairs together. So if you know you're getting an email or you have to be productive, whatever, you can just save those. And then whenever you're ready, you can just open them back again and again switch, or you can resize. I mean, all that stuff, for all those are obviously options.
Oh yeah, the different size, the different ones. Yeah, I like that.
So if you need a little bit more info on one versus the other. So, and then if you wanted to switch, you just again pull up the taskbar a little bit, and then you can drag whatever you can open up and take again whatever app you wanted. If you wanted to do phone, or
pull it over to that side. I got you. Yeah.
You just pull it, drag it, drop it, and then again, if you want to, you can save app pair, and it'll.
That's so cool. So a lot. I mean, I have a Pixel tablet. Very similar.
I also do.
Very similar to the same. I mean, pretty much maneuverability for the most part, because you can do a split screen on that as well.
Yeah. So if you have the Pixel tablet, it's the same gestures as on here.
Okay.
So if you want to multitask, you just pull up on the gesture bar a little bit, and it'll give you that task bar to be able to pull and drag apps back and forth. So it does exactly the gestures for the tablet and the gestures for the phone are exactly the same. So if you have the tablet, you're already familiar, but it's actually pretty intuitive on how app pairs are put together and how to navigate through it.
Well, it seems like it too. I mean, just watching you, and it's a learned thing. It's like anything. I tell people this all the time, oh, this is better. I like this one better. It's a learned thing. Once you learn it, it's what you're used to, et cetera, and that kind of stuff. So I think a lot of times this is very similar in that, so good. This is great stuff. Go into I'm going to touch on two more things.
Sure.
What about somebody that wanted to use a pen or something like that?
So it doesn't have pen support. You can use like what do they call that? Not the capacitive. You know what? The pins that have a little soft tip on it, whatever.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. So it'll work.
Yes. I think this is one of those, or is it? This is my universal one that works with my phone. If it works with my phone, will it work with that?
Yep. If it works on your phone, it'll work on that. The only thing you have to worry about is your pressure, so you don't push too hard, because it is plastic. It is a plastic screen, and then you have the ultra thin glass that's underneath it.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, it should work. It should work normally. That would be nice to have the option. Samsung hasn't done the built-in stylus for their Fold series.
I'm not worried about a built-in one. I just want to, if I want the ability to use, because I use this when I'm doing demos here.
Yeah.
Because when I put my big fat finger there and I'm trying to do a demo, I block half the stuff. Whereas if I can have this thinner pencil to do that, it's a lot easier to do that. So for me, it's almost a must to do that. I do that with the tablet anytime I'm demoing or showing something on that the same way. Sure. And it's interesting that you brought this up about the plastic. I am a person, I've always been this way for whatever reason, just because I'm clumsy. I always get a plastic cover or a glass, they call it. Do they have that? Is it reasonable, or do you? I mean, what's your opinion? I'm just, and this is totally an opinion, I would say, on
Yeah,
whether
so it
you
has
feel like it needs it or you need it.
it has a screen protector on it already from the factory. And there are third-party ones that you can either put on top. They don't recommend that you take the built-in one off, but you could put one on top if you wanted to, because the inside is shiny. It's not as shiny as, or reflective. It's not as reflective as the first Pixel Fold. But that there is that option. The other thing is what's different about this phone than the others is you have to be a little bit more aware of dirt for sure. Because the normal phone, you just take out, you put a case on it, and a lot of times you're good to go. Where this one, when you have that inside display, you just have to be a little bit more aware of what's going on, keeping that inside clean. So I mean, it is still very new and very delicate technology. So yeah, it is. I mean, it is rated for water, and I believe it's rated for dust, or it may not be rated for dust. I don't remember, but it's rated for water.
Okay.
So it's just having a little bit more of a delicate device. So there is a little bit more care you have to do. And me, I only have a front screen protector just on this, and the rest of it I carry with no case because I'm dangerous like that. And I just love the feeling of the phone from the factory. And I put cases on it, and I take them off because I just absolutely hate it. I hate feeling those cases. I understand the protection I am, but I'm crazy and I run wild.
I actually enjoy having a thin case, a very thin one. I usually get what Google Store has or whatever.
Yeah.
To me, as long as it's thin enough and it's I don't know how much protection it's actually doing, be honest with you, because it's so
more
thin.
Than this, which is none.
It's more than that, but I mean, at the same time, I know, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I don't know how much it's really doing, but mine is, the concern is that glass cover, the front glass cover, because I can't imagine if I had a almost $2,000 piece of equipment, and now I'm going to get, I get a couple scratches here or drop it and do this. I don't know. That just, and I don't see also when you have a full screen glass that you put on there and now you're folding that glass, that just seems like,
Yeah, I think the fold, I think they don't have a flexible glass third party. They may, I've never seen one. I've never investigated it, but there might be a third party ultra thin glass screen protector. I would be surprised if they did. But the inside protectors that they have are just plastic. So
is it a soft shut or is it a slam shut?
What's nice, the other one was it really took a lot more to open it. So like when you opened it, it would get stuck like here or so. It wouldn't go flat. You had to like really push it to get flat. This one's nice because it comes up and then it snaps.
Okay.
So
I'm more
in that open.
Yeah. I'm more concerned with, I'm on a construction site, very dusty, dirt, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. So, but I have to have my phone, so it's like, so now I'm closing dust and whatever particles in the phone. And if it's a hard slam, who knows what I'm doing there? So I don't know. I just.
Yeah, there's definitely.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. Definitely something to be more aware of. But
thank you, Mark.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's one that I would definitely recommend, but then at the same time, you have to take more care with it just because of how delicate the technology still is.
Yep.
So it's kind of hard because I think because even the option of putting them in cases, they do have. I haven't seen any, like some of the phones have the full cases, like they have the built-in screen protector. It's like the Life cases or the OtterBox cases, whatever, where those are fully sealed. Don't have those for the folding screen.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
So, I mean, it could, like, how that would work is it would really match well with like a wearable. So if you had a Pixel Watch, it could work really well if you're on those construction sites and answer something or do something real quick. You can do that without pulling it out.
From your watch, yeah.
You can do all that stuff from your watch, or if you send a message or whatever. So it's really, I mean, it's all about compromise either way, but the technology is awesome. And there's like, this really made me excited for phones in the future, just because how different it is. And again, how much of a jump it felt like, where before you go from the 6, 7, 8, 9, and it's a slab phone with a little bit different back. And when it's like, go back to another phone, I'm like, this is just, it just got boring. It's boring. It is. It's boring.
That's so funny. Good stuff. This is excellent. Thank you so much for coming on and explaining and showing and giving us some demos and stuff. It's really great. I appreciate it. We will definitely have you back on for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take us out. I'm going to ask you to join us as you did last time. It's the same link as last time if you find it. If you don't, I can go get it. It's not a big deal, and I'll send that to you. But just stick around in here till you get over there. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to do a little outro to take us on out, and I appreciate everyone for watching, you guys in the audience. Anybody that's rewatching this, give us some comments. Tell us what you do, if you do, or what you have, if you have, or what your thoughts are and why maybe you have stayed away from it, or somebody, somebody that has ruined one, or somebody that just absolutely can't live without it. We would love to hear that in the comments. I'd love to get some of those kind of comments. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Ben, for joining. Absolutely. I'm going to take us on out now, and we'll see you over in the other Zoom. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you, members. We will see you over in the Zoom and to talk to Ben. Thanks. See you again.
See you there.
Bye.